I feel like I do enjoy doing like the morning recordings compared to like the evening recordings.
Yeah.
Cause like when we do in the evening, it's where I'm getting fucking tired.
Right.
To where like in the morning I'm already tired, and I feel like my voice sounds more radio-like in the morning.
I feel that.
Like, I don't know what it is, but it feels like I could be like, I don't know, I don't know the proper word to say. Like, it sounds deeper because I've
Yeah.
never been a big fan of my voice to begin with. But I don't want to talk too much about it because I feel like I'm trying to do it, and that just seems forced and weird.
Yeah, but in the morning it's like blah.
Right? It's like because it's like your vocal cords haven't had a chance to wake up yet.
Right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel the same way.
Yeah, but we got Oscars happening tomorrow, so we're gonna do some predictions today, which I don't think we've done an Oscar in a couple years.
That sounds right.
I think we've only done it twice.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
It always felt like Colin's thing to me.
really? Why that?
Because he was the one who always saw the most movies.
Mm. Well, it was a me thing, and I won every time. So
That is true.
if it was a Colin thing, he didn't do it that well.
That's fair. I mean, would it? It's really on brand for a Colin thing to not be done well.
It's true. Yeah, it would alarm me if he did better. Because that means he would have to put his homework down long enough to do the show 100%.
Right.
Still love him, though. Great guy.
Yeah.
Awesome guy. So, we'll do the predictions in a little bit. We gotta get caught up on our book.
Yep.
I guess we could do the God, was it the bill paying part of the show? Talk about some plugs, or not plugs, sponsorships. I don't fucking know what you call it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that because I know you guys call it plugs on GCR.
Yeah.
But you guys do more than just sponsorships. Like I'm trying to remember. I know I haven't listened to your show in the last couple of weeks. Actually, I haven't listened to any podcasts in the last couple of weeks. I'm really behind. But you guys do a lot of different shit.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of sponsors, which I'm impressed by. But you also do I forget what it's called, like Operation something.
Oh, we still do Operation Supply Drop?
I think so.
I had no idea.
Unless I've listened to so many episodes of yours that it's just ingrained into my mind.
It's possible. I know we did them for ages, but they never even put us on their website.
Ooh, shit. Oh, God, I'm glad you said that. Because that just reminded me of something.
Yeah.
Well, this freaking show actually might be having some kind of new sponsorish-esque kind of thing happening in the future.
Nice.
And I'm not sure if I said it to you or not. Have I ever mentioned Carter Comics to you?
I don't think so.
Okay, awesome. So, there's a guy who I work with at the job I work at. Awesome fucking dude. You look at him, you instantly think, this is the kind of guy that lives in like a small town, keeps to himself, kind of like a, like he doesn't really seem to want to do much than just, be with like his wife, be with his cars, his family, just very low key, quiet kind of dude. But when you get to talk to him, he is a very outgoing, funny fucking guy. And I found out that he has, he developed a business. I wouldn't even call it too much of a hobby, but he started buying up comic books.
Oh, all right.
Like a shit ton of comic books. Like this is literally an inventory of comic books. Buys shit in bulk comic books. He started a business with him. A while back, actually, he started it, called Carter Comics, and he sold like a lot of his stuff on eBay and stuff like that. So much so that he has 4 different accounts for like different kind of like groupings of comics and stuff. So that it's kind of like mixed up and stuff. Because there's so much to put out there.
Oh yeah.
So he was working with a lady who is developing him a website to sell his comics, CarterComics.com.
Nice.
And I was telling him how cool that is. I told him how I actually been trying to like slowly get back, not slowly get back into, but slowly get into comics, because comics is a whole new, area of, I guess to steal a term, geekery.
Yeah.
That I've never been a part of. I was with Comic-Con and cosplaying and stuff like that. Like, I've never been part of that world, and comic books, obviously being part of that world, I want to know more about them. So he was telling me that he buys comic books and he resells them and everything, and they are willing to work with us on maybe being a sponsor of the show, putting our link to our website and our logo on their website. Nice. And possibly, if they get everything set up, because they're still kind of in the whole like getting the website up and running part right now.
Nice.
That they're going to create a promo code for this freaking show.
Sweet.
So I'm really excited about that. So that'll be happening here, hopefully in a couple months or so.
Is it like only collectibles, or is he planning to open his own comic book shop?
I told him that he should open a comic book shop, but his biggest thing is like he's a little bit up there in age. I guess in his mind he's up there in age. I want to say he's we talked about how old he is. His birthday's actually next week. I'm gonna say 50s. 50s plus.
All right.
Somewhere there. So, he's only gonna work for like maybe like a few more years before he retires. Maybe like 5 or some shit like that. I don't remember. So he's not sure if he's gonna stick around this area long enough to like have a store and shit. And that's why I tell him, like, you need to have a store, because you can do comics but you do so much more. You get games and shit in there, and Funko Pops are a huge thing, these days, that he can get into too, and all that stuff. So I think it's still in his mind that he may want to do it. But for the time being, it's all going to be online stores. And I'm not sure if he's going to keep eBay. I think the whole thing is, to get the store up and running on his website, so he doesn't have to do eBay anymore.
Yeah.
Because
eBay does that, doesn't they?
Yeah. There's like a percentage thing that goes on, and, the shipping whole aspect of it is a little bit pricier too for some reason. He explained it all to me, but it's the logistics of it's beyond me. But we got to figure out what we want our promo code to be. And I figured, because this is geekery, I'm thinking I might be leaning towards more of a Cartoon Joe kind of promo code.
All right.
Because we could do this freaking show, but let's face it, how many people are throwing G's at the end of our fucking Freakin just to find us and just can't seem to do it?
Probably too many.
Yeah.
Probably too many.
So, when he tells me he's ready for the promo code and everything, I think we're going to try to find, I think it might just do like a Cartoon Joe promo code. But we'll figure it out, because I think it's coming up, and I feel like, you need, this would be like my gift to you.
Sure.
Because I think you need a little something more. Yeah. So, CarterComics.com, should hopefully be up and running soon, if not already. I haven't seen them in a couple weeks, just because of work schedules. But, last I heard, it should be up soon. But again, CarterComics.com. We're going to put that link into, our show notes whenever that's up and running and official. And then obviously we'll post it on our social media and everything as well. Awesome dude. He sent me a video once of his inventory, and it's like it's like boxes and boxes as far as the eye can see, and he's actually pretty good priced on the stuff he has. He doesn't really sell it. I can't get into the logistics part of that. I can tell you about it later, but yeah, his price concepts and everything is none of the business of everyone out there. But I could definitely say very fair priced. Definitely a guy who will work with you on deals if you buy in bulk and stuff like that. So awesome, dude. And I look forward to work with Carter Comics in the future.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be nice to have that additional sponsor to this freaking show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but of course, speaking of sponsors, this show could not be without some of the amazing sponsors we do have here, such as I'm assuming fish water filters, because that's what it sounds like I hear coming from behind you.
Fish water filters,
like fish tank filters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like oh god, like one of those like espresso machines. They're like just no, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like the evil machine that the villain in the Great Mouse Detective made the scientist build.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's like the bubbling steam sound. It's like you decked out your office in steampunk clocks.
I wish. Maybe it's just me. Is it that?
No, it's like literally like think about like bubbling water.
Yeah.
Like a Merlin from Sword in the Stone.
Yeah. I don't know where that sound could be coming from.
I don't know either, but it's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool that it's happening.
Right. This is like the steampunk episode. Anyways, this episode of This Freaking Show is brought to you by Audible.com. If you guys are just like me and you're a huge fan of stories, just not a huge fan of reading them stories yourselves, Audible.com is the best place for you to go. It's the one-stop shop for all audiobooks. And because me and Cartoon Joe love you guys so much for being fans of the podcast and coming back and listening to us whenever we can get back together, we're going to give you a special link that gives you a 30-day free trial plus a credit to your first book purchase. All you gotta do is go to audibletrial.com/freaknet today and sign up. It's absolutely free to sign up. You get a 30-day free trial plus a credit to your first book purchase. I figured out that bubbly sound is really my echo coming back.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so fix that while I talk. Yeah, audibletrial.com/freaknet, FREAKNET, all one word at the end of there. Again, I'll give you a 30-day free trial plus a credit to your first book purchase. Perfect example is me and Cartoon Joe doing the Phantom Tollbooth here during our effing book club. You can pick up that book absolutely free, and you can listen to it, enjoy along with us as we do our effing book club. So, audibletrial.com/freaknet today. Sign up. 30-day free trial plus a credit to your first book purchase. If you're one of those weird old guys who miss your mother reading a story to you while you sleep, this is a great substitute. So you don't have to call her up in the middle of the night like some weirdo. I'm not saying I do it. I'm just saying, yeah.
I'm not saying I do it, just saying I would.
Right? If I didn't have Audible, maybe I would have to. Yeah. Like, Mommy, can you read me some of the non-racist Dr. Seuss books?
Nice. Oh, that didn't fix it. Oh, well.
Yeah, you know what? It is what it is. It seems like it comes and goes. Like, I don't know what you did, but it seems like it's away right now.
Yeah. Well, I turned the volume down on my iPad.
But you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. And
That's the important.
Away far enough that hopefully my mic isn't picking it up as much.
I backed away.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm like 6 feet from the iPad now instead of right in front of it. So.
Gotcha. Now you're recording off your iPad just because it's 7:30 in the morning and you're just looking to lounge while we record, or is there something wrong with your initial normal setup?
No, I wanted to see. I just kind of felt like it. No real reason.
Gotcha.
Actually, I have my normal setup literally right underneath it and could just plug into that, but then I'd have to exit Skype, get back onto Skype on my laptop.
No, we're good. No,
So,
I was just more concerned that like, something happened with your computer and, because we haven't talked in a month. This is the first show we've done in a month. So, I'm not sure, just maybe something happened, but at the same time, I thought, maybe you wanted to do the iPad, so maybe you could, podcast from your deck. It's raining down here. I don't know what it's like up by you, but
it's not raining, but it looks like it wants to.
Tut tut, looks like rain.
Yep.
Excellent.
So, might get some honey later.
Perfect. Oh, bother. But, let's, tell me about Ball Wash, Joe.
Yeah, so this Freakin' Show is also brought to you by ballwash.com. If you just need something to make yourself feel clean when you shower, maybe freshen up your undercarriage,
yeah,
ballwash.com is the place to go. And if you use the discount code FreakNet, you get 15% off your order. I feel like I never get it right.
Yeah, 15%.
Yeah. And it's great. It's great. They've got everything you need for masculine hygiene. They got soap. They got nut rubs. They got a cologne that you can put down there that smells nice. They got stuff that goes on like a lotion and dries like a powder to keep you from chafing.
The ball guard.
Also makes you smell nice to the ladies or other people in your life who might be down there smelling it.
Right.
So they also got boxers now and like sprays and shampoos. It's really really a cool place. So ballwash.com, discount code FreakNet. Do it right now.
Absolutely. Don't disparage your undercarriage.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a nice one. I like that one.
Right? I'm not going to lie. While you're doing the plug, I was Googling the word disparage to see if it would be used properly in some kind of phrasing with undercarriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that I noticed that Ball Wash doesn't have that I would like to reach out to them and request them to do, bath bombs.
Yeah.
Because there's this girl, Emma, who I'm friends with on Facebook. Actually, is my the groomer, Cooper's dog groomer. So shout out to Emma for keeping Cooper clean for me. She posts Facebook stories and stuff as she drops these like not drops them in, but kind of like sets up bath bombs into her bath as she gets ready to fucking bathe.
Right.
And I never understood bath bombs, like other than the idea that they're just colorful and nice looking. So I messaged her and I asked her, I'm like, seriously, what's the point of the bath bombs? Because she does it a lot. And she talks about how, like, they just smell good and, they help with, like, muscle relaxation and, clearing skin and shit like that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to fucking get a bath bomb. I'm going to take a bath. Cause from my knowledge of, like, I guess memory itself, I cannot recall the last time I actually took a bath. So.
Wow.
I'm sure I did as a baby.
Right.
I'm sure I did when I was younger. But for the life of me, I cannot remember the last time I ever took a fucking bath. And I've been in
the same reason that I haven't found a bath that makes me happy yet.
Yeah. Well, it's more for the same reason why Taft needed something special in the White House. I'm not built for tubs.
Well, I think arguably tubs are not built for you.
That's true. They could make them bigger, right?
They should make them bigger. I hate that I have to choose between keeping my knees wet and keeping my chest wet.
Right.
Every bath I take.
Now, in the defense of my tub, this was a tub that I'm assuming was put into this house when it was originally built back in the 70s.
Yeah. So, people were smaller.
Yeah. So I will give the benefit of the doubt to my bathroom on that. But yes, I think the next house I'm going to buy or build or whatever will a jacuzzi tub because because the thing is, I tried the bath bomb thing and I figured out one of two things. First off, I can't do it in my tub.
Right.
Secondly, I don't think, I think because of the size of the tub and my lack of ability, because I don't know if I was just doing it wrong, which I don't know how just sitting in like your own filthy water is some way you can do it wrong, but like water kept splashing out of the fucking tub. And I really didn't have that much in there, but then I guess, like, again, I'm a bigger fucking dude. It makes sense how, like, I'm taking up a lot of surface area in that tub. But, like, I'd have to, like, slowly I have to slowly lower myself down, slowly move myself back so I could rest on the back end of the tub. But I have to, like, arch my lower back forward so the water kind of rush away because it kind of, like, gets behind me and kind of, like, flows out the back. And I'm like, I am making more of a mess than I am getting relaxed from this fucking thing.
Yeah.
But then 5 minutes into it, I'm just like, this is it.
This is the whole thing.
Yeah, like I bought bath bombs. I sat here for 15 minutes as my tub filled. I threw the bath bomb in there. It's doing its fucking water thing. I sat down and literally, this is it. Like I am having a bath, and it was boring. I guess I just didn't understand it. It just didn't make any sense to me. Now maybe, like I said, size of the tub, I just couldn't give it. I couldn't give it my full attention. Maybe I have to, get some candles, grab a bottle of wine from the bar downstairs.
Right.
Maybe I should grab Phantom Tollbooth. But the whole thing was, this was my first legit bath that I drew for myself.
Right.
I've never created a bath for myself, so I didn't understand how to get up and down and all this other shit with it. So it's like I don't want to, because I got the paperback book of Phantom Tollbooth. I don't want to ruin it by getting it wet, especially stained with bath bomb water. So, I will try again, but it had to be in a bigger tub. But I do think Ball Wash could benefit from having some ball wash bombs.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Some ballsy bombs. They get fucking ballsy bombs. And I think even beyond that, they should have like a Freakin Studios like 4-pack. And like each one will be like a different color of the 4 of us who are part of Freakin Studios.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Right? Sarge's could be like camouflage, and there's a J could be like an orange, black, graffiti kind of looking thing. I don't know what yours would be though, Joe.
I don't know. Blue and white.
Blue and white?
Yeah.
I think
Geekcast Live or something. I don't know.
Well, why would you do Geekcast Live colors for Freakin Studio bath bombs?
I don't know, because I was Geekcast Joe for the longest time.
You're a monster.
Yeah. I could also do like I also just have, it could just be pink because I like the color pink.
I'm just kidding, Joe. I'm just kidding. I love GCL. You guys are still legit. Like 50% of you are family.
Yeah, that is true. Literally,
that is true. That is absolutely 100% true. But yeah, I'm gonna because I gotta email them here eventually. Anyways, I gotta do my monthly email to them. I'm gonna email them, like, hey, listen, like, do you ever think about doing like bath bombs and shit like that? And I'm gonna see if I can get them to do a Freaknet bath pack or something like that, because I think that'd be pretty cool. And then, give us a little more, push out there. Say, listen, get the ballsy, the ballsy baths or ballsy bombs or whatever the fuck they would call them. And get the special Freaknet Studio edition.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do I sound okay still?
No, you completely changed. What the fuck did you do?
I decided to try to see what it would be like if I used the Bluetooth on my Rodecaster.
Yeah?
Yeah, don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, I mean,
That's
yeah, there you go. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to podcast, Joe. You've been doing it for 3 years longer than I have. So, I mean, use your best judgment.
Yeah. No, I just wanted. I've never used the Bluetooth on it, and you're still not, for some reason, coming through the Rodecaster. And it seems like my microphone's no longer working from the Rodecaster to the iPad. I can't hear myself in my headphones anymore.
What is a Rodecaster?
It's my iPad, or not my iPad, my podcast setup.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
it's what I plug my microphone into, and then it's got like inputs and outputs and buttons with sounds on them.
Well, I can tell you this, Joe. This is the best you've sounded throughout this whole episode.
No kidding.
Now, not to say you didn't sound bad in the very beginning. That little Bluetooth thing was a little bit weird.
Yeah, the Bluetooth thing sucks.
That was like 1920s radio.
Yeah.
But no, you sound clear. I mean, you sound like a normal recording.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. All right, Effin' Book Club, Joe.
Yeah.
We are on chapter 4, I believe.
Hell yeah.
I thank God, because I was like, I hope I didn't read the wrong chapter.
What a great chapter this one was. I really enjoyed it.
I think the whole thing, the one thing I did like about this chapter, as I liked about the book so far and going forward, I'm going to love, is the wordplay.
Yeah.
I really, really love the wordplay, and I know it's consistent throughout this book, which makes it that much more enjoyable for me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so briefly, recap for us what happened so far in this book.
Yeah, so far, we've got Milo, who's kind of a bored kid who doesn't have any brothers or sisters. He needs something to do with his life. And he discovers in his home, when he gets home from school, a toll booth. And he's like, yeah, I'll play with the toll booth. Cool. And so he drives through, he pays the toll, and winds up in this magical world. While he's driving along, he gets distracted, ends up in the doldrums, almost gets lost in the doldrums forever when TikTok the dog shows up. And then or Tick the dog, excuse me.
Talk.
Tick the dog that goes talk.
Talk the dog that goes tick.
Oh, sorry, I've confused him with his brother, haven't I?
Yeah, his brother is a tick the dog that goes talk. Yeah, don't bring it up to him.
Yeah.
I hear him growling
he's the
from the
watchdog. He's a dog with a clock on him. And he starts thinking again, gets out of the doldrums, and winds up in Dictionopolis, where he gets up to the gate, and he wants to get in, and he doesn't have any words on him, and so the guard at the gate gives him a spare word he had laying around, and he goes in and he meets the council members. It's market day. It's the day that they exchange words, and it's a weird experience, but he gets to stay and participate in the market day.
Yes.
That's everything so far.
Yep. Now, the one thing the very first thing I loved that kind of gave me a chuckle was it seemed like they used the title of the chapter as like the first sentence of the chapter.
Oh,
so that gave me a chuckle. I was like, because I read it, I'm like, indeed it was. I'm like, wait, and does what? So I had to go back to the previous page to see how they read, and I was like, fuck it, whatever. Okay, chapter 4, confusion in the marketplace. Indeed it was.
Yeah. It's also the last sentence of the previous chapter is, it looks very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And indeed it was very exciting.
Oh, so you looked at it a different way.
Yep.
Which your way is probably more accurate.
I don't know.
I just looked at it like when it said people pushing and shouting their way among the stalls, buying and selling, trading and bargaining. I think that's the confusion part.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, but you're the reader, dude. This is new to me too. This is Bath to me. Yeah. So we got him here in the marketplace. Obviously, they're selling words. There it is. So Milo pulls up to one particular marketplace. This is before the spelling bee. We're gonna get to the spelling. God, fucking spelling bee. That's one of my favorite characters too, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful.
He wanted to pick up some words, and guy asked him to pick up words. He grabbed a few words like quagmire, flabbergast, and upholstery. Asked the guy for a price. He whispered in his ear, which I kind of wish he would tell me what the currency and how much those words go for to get a general idea of how much words are.
Yeah, right.
Obviously, very, very unhappy with the fact he couldn't afford those kind of words. The guy tried to push him off on some additional words like happy or good.
Yep.
Which, something I noticed in the book, I'm not sure if it was just a generic typo or not, but did you see how they would spell the word goodbye?
I did notice that, and I wonder if it's a British thing, because I think that the writer is English.
Ooh. God, I wish I could get a hold of, what's her face, who was on Our Lives a lot.
Oh, Sophia?
Yeah. Yeah. Which, by the way, side note, oh my Sophie, for the love of God, figure out when you're coming back on this show. I don't want to be that guy, but like she was supposed to be on the show 2 weeks ago, canceled, and I've been trying to email her to reschedule it, and I know I could get through to her because she gave me a different email to reach out to her. So I don't want to be that guy who just gives up. But I'm very close to being that guy who just gives up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome lady, though. Oh, I love Sophie. Sophie's awesome. If you guys haven't had a chance, make sure you follow my Sophie on Facebook. She also has Twitch. Awesome lady. Just,
hard to get a hold of.
Yeah. Yeah. She's like every other woman in my life and avoids the fuck out of me. Jeez. Alright, anyway, so, he keeps moving on and everything. He comes across this little wagon and, some dudes, the custom, design your own or whatever the fuck it's called. Where's it at? Do it yourself wagon, where dude just sells letters. And, there we meet the, spelling bee.
Nice.
Yeah. Tell him about the spelling bee, Joe.
It is a bee twice the size of Milo, and just lands on one of the wagons of letters. Because it's do-yourself words, the stall.
Mm-hmm.
And it, of course, freaks Milo and freaks them out. And it just keeps asking them for words to spell, which is fun. And in the middle of talking, it'll just spell a word. It seems to like words that begin with the letter A, I noticed. It's spelled alarmed and assistance and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Anything.
Yeah, anything. And Milo has it spelled vegetable, or vegetables, I can't remember which is fun. But it's just a bee that can spell anything.
Yes, he does another thing too, because Milo asked him to spell goodbye, and he kind of just laughed it off like it was too easy of a word.
Right.
And I really wanted him to spell goodbye because I want to know if he threw the E at the end.
Yeah, I was curious about that too.
So he's doing all these spellings and everything, and then he comes across another character, the humbug.
Yeah. So the humbug is just like, it's an insect that's well dressed, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He has like a hat and a coat and gloves and a cane. And I don't really understand what the humbug is necessarily. Like I don't understand what the spelling bee has a problem with. Like the humbug's just like, make up whatever words you want to make up. All words are made up. And the spelling bee is like incandescent with rage.
Yeah.
At this idea that words can just be made up, that communication can just happen without correct spelling.
Yep. I do gotta say though, like reading through the story, I get because like obviously like I said, the book I have has images of people in it.
Yeah.
I can see this dude yelling out the word boulder dash.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Kind of like, geez, now I'm trying to figure out what character that was. Like that, fuck you, who the hell is it? I'll think of it. If I think of it, I'll remind you, I'll tell you, but it's just like that gruffy, like, mustache, heavy dudes, like, oh, the Boulder Dash and shit like that.
Oh, yeah, like, Uncle Vernon from Harry Potter.
Yes, exactly. And this is who I think it comes to, and obviously, like, the humbug thinks, he's royalty, he's like, upper echelon of people, and the spelling bee calls him out as bullshit.
Yeah.
It calls him an imposter, spells out the word imposter, and I think the humbug is taking a liking to Dear Milo, which I think a lot of people are.
Yeah. And they have a scrap, which is fun. They fight.
They do. Oh my god.
Market. They spill a wagon of W's over.
Mm-hmm. Now that was another thing that was I saw that became interesting going through this chapter. Is that they're not only buying like letters or words and stuff like that, but when he gets to the do-it-yourself cart, the guy's asking him to taste letters.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming like this is like a legit marketplace where certain letters or maybe even words can be foods. And he's talking about how delicious the A's are and how disgusting the Z's are. And
yeah, like if he had eaten quagmire, what would it taste like?
Right.
What does that mean? Does that mean he has the word now? It's in his vocabulary?
You know what? I think I'm hoping that kind of explains that a little bit more.
Yeah. I feel like it's not going to, but I hope it does.
Right. Let's see. Well, chapter 5 is short shrift, so that doesn't tell me much about the next chapter. But that'd be something interesting to think about. It's like, are you sitting there and like, if he was to, grab these words like quagmire and upholstery that apparently he didn't know what that was either. Like, if he consumed those, does he know that word? Is that like a word that he's going to remember like going forward and, know and have the knowledge of exactly, when to use it, how to use it and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So that was something that was pretty cool to think about. I was like, eat an A. It's like, okay, so what is and what isn't edible when it comes to letters and words, in Dictionopolis?
Right.
So.
Yeah.
So it's always cool to meet new characters in a book. I'm assuming all books are like this. I'm not just assuming that the Phantom Tollbooth is the only thing that's full of characters. But I did make a reference to the fact I do believe that this book is relatable to The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I don't know how close it is because I never read that book either. I just heard that. Is it similar? Because I know you've read the.
Yeah, in some way. I mean, the idea that he went into another world or whatever from his living room is kind of in there, and this is much sillier, and it's obviously not like a weird Christian allegory for anything. This seems to be just fun.
Gotcha. Now, but they I keep wanting to call it the Phantom Tollbooth, Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe. What the fuck is it called? Narnia.
Yeah, Narnia.
Chronicles of Narnia. They met somebody that's kind of like Tok, right? Like a sidekick that goes through the story with them.
Yeah, like Mr. Tumnus, the fawn, I think is the first character they meet.
Why did I think it was a rabbit?
I don't know.
Oh, is that Alice?
It might be Alice in Wonderland.
That's Wonderland, yeah.
So, I mean, it's a lot like many children's stories where you enter a world of what seems to be imagination that doesn't follow the same kind of rules that our world does, or not all of them, or some of the rules are bent in weird ways.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Yeah. So far, book's good. So far, I'm loving it. I'm loving this FN book club, and I encourage you guys out there to pick up this book and tag along with us. Because I think this is something that we may do, going forward after the season. Maybe, throw it up on the Patreon or whatever, get that up and running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We have Patreon ideas. We just don't have a Patreon.
Yeah.
We also got to do the food thing.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah.
How's keto going?
Good, miserable.
Yeah.
It's always like that when I start out, because it's like now you're trying to wean yourself away from shit. Because I love bread and
Right.
pastries and everything that I can't have on a diet. So, usually the first couple of weeks are always the hardest for me, just because I have to like wean myself away from all that stuff. But it's going pretty good. I've been eating a lot of chicken and a lot of steak and stuff. And actually this morning I was going to make myself a steak and cheese omelet before we started, but I elected to sleep in a little bit longer than just eat breakfast, so I can eat breakfast after we're done here, more of a brunch.
Yep.
But it's good. It's good. It's one of those things where like I know I'm going to have to find a way to make myself more accountable. Because it's just really hard for me to do it on my own. It's really hard for me to do this, not so much to have somebody to diet with, but have somebody to help keep me accountable.
Right.
And I know that was one of the ways I succeeded so much the first time around, because I had that relationship back, when I first did it. And I was doing this, which I people think it's stupid, but it's easier for me to diet when I'm doing it for somebody else, not for
I
me.
get that.
I honestly believe, I don't know, this is weird to say. I don't find myself worth it, in a sense. Like, for me to better myself health-wise, to have a longer, life expectancy, I don't see it being worth it for me.
Yeah, I get that.
But I see it worth for other people. Like, I know my mom doesn't want to bury a child. I know you guys don't want to see me get put in the ground in my 30s.
Right.
So it's stuff like that kind of motivates me. But I guess for my own self-worth, I don't see the fucking value in it. And that's another thing that I have to kind of correct and better myself on. It's just one of those things. Like, I think over the years, I developed this whole, like, carefree, lackluster, thoughts on fucking life.
Yeah.
But I think it just kind of like went a little bit too far to where it's just now like, if I die, I fucking die. I can't control it. I can't stop it. I can't change it. It is what it is.
Right.
But I shouldn't be in that mindset where I'm putting myself into it, to where I am so fucking lazy that I'll just order fucking like 3 meals from Grubhub and eat them within 4 hours of themselves.
Right.
I'm not saying that I've done something to that extreme, but I've honestly thought about it, like when ordering Grubhub and saying like just adding shit to the fucking car, like, oh fuck, this sounds good. Oh, this sounds good. And then when I get to my fucking checkout, I was like, okay, well, which one am I actually gonna keep and eat? But I mean, there are days where I feel like, like if I want to fucking order, Jersey Mike's, like I'll order the fucking, Philly cheesesteak, but I'll also order the Italian, and I'll get both giants. I was eating back to back. There's a days where I want to do that. Not necessarily, I have ordered both, but I eat one for dinner, one for lunch the next day. But there's a lot of lack of willpower in me that says, like, I'll just eat them fucking both and be done with it. It is what it is. What does it matter? I'm fat. I'm always going to be fat. Nothing's going to change me from being fat. And that's true if I don't change who I am and what I'm doing in my life.
Right.
So, it's just finding that way to become more accountable, and, I need to find myself accountable, but, deep down I know I need somebody to help keep me accountable too. So, I mean, it's a process. As much as, my mom hates me saying that when it comes to everything else at this house, but it truly is, like it's a process I need to push forward with, not just a word I use to, procrastinate.
Right.
So,
Right.
But yeah, no, like I said, it's going good so far. Like I said, I'm eating a lot of chicken, a lot of steak. I'm gonna try to go shopping, today, since I'll be gone all day tomorrow. I'm gonna try to go shopping today, pick up some stuff so I can kind of make some meals. Working this job is a little bit more difficult. I'm trying to do the fasting aspect of it just because I flip flop days and nights and everything.
Yeah.
So
That makes it a lot harder.
yeah.
Because like fasting really depends on your circadian rhythm, and
Mm-hmm.
if you were flipping days and nights, it's really hard.
Yep. So it's one of those things where like if I'm working days, I'm gonna have to fast throughout the night, and then I'm gonna have to break my fast for one day to flip it into fasting during the day as I'm working on nights.
Right.
So it's really fucking goofy. I'm gonna try to figure out the best way to do it, because I do the 8-16. I fast for 16, eat for 8.
Yeah.
But that may be one of the things where I'm just gonna have to flip it from fucking 12 to 12.
Yeah.
You know, and
Is there a time of day that no matter what schedule you're on, you're not working? Or is it literally like they take up the opposite of each other?
When I work mornings, I am up at 3:30 and I'm in bed at 9:30.
Gotcha.
If I'm working nights, I'm up at 2 in the afternoon and I'm in bed at 7 a.m. So no.
So not really. Really.
So the times that I'm off while working nights, I'm at work on my day shift and vice versa.
Yeah.
So.
But I was just thinking, if you could find like a 1 hour block that you were not at work either way, maybe you could try the 1 meal a day fast, where like you literally get all of the nutrients, all of the calories you need for the day at one time, and then the rest of the day you don't eat anything. Just drinking coffee and drinking water.
Yeah, like and that could work if I could do it like at like 3 a.m. or 3 p.m.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of the things where it is fucking difficult, and I'm just gonna have to like figure out a way to, like just eat at a certain point during my day shift and flip flop and eat at a certain point on my night shift. I think honestly, like the best way I can maybe think about it is if I did that 1 meal a day fast, and it was like 2 in the afternoon during my work schedule, or, when I wake up before I go on to my nights, because I could probably get most of my work done to where I have a lull at 2 in the afternoon, but with my job, there's no guarantee. Like when I take breaks at work, like I start at 5:30 in the morning, my first break is at like 8:15 till like 8:45. And then my next one is until like 3:30 in the afternoon.
Woo. Jeez.
Yeah. So, and everyone else, obviously, they're union, so they get their lunch break in the middle of the day, but my job is a little bit different, and I have a weird way of working my shit when I want to get everything done as soon as possible. So I work for like 2.5 hours, take a break, then work for like 8, and then take a break, and then wrap up the, last 2.5. So
yeah, dang.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see how keto goes. But yeah, I definitely want to do some of those food ranking things. But I was actually thinking about more doing like more conservatively drink rankings.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm a big fan, and I gave Sophie this idea, and I just want to do it ourselves instead. Water, just bottles of water.
Oh, like different types of bottles of water?
Different types of bottles of water.
Nice. I know exactly what my number 1 is and exactly what my number 5 is. If we only did 5.
Is Aquafina your number 1?
Nope.
Thank God. Is it Smart Water?
Nope.
Is it Fuji?
Nope.
Is it Voss?
Nope.
Is it just regular tap Chicago water?
Nope.
Is it Flint?
Nope.
But yeah, no, I want to do I want to do shit like that, like more like simple, easy stuff. And I was thinking if we get it figured out and figure out a day to do it, and I get Ashley over here to help me, and you can get your wife to help you, I would actually like them to write the name of the water at the bottom of the cup, fill up the cup, and then give us the cups. That way it's blind tasting and rankings.
Oh, yeah.
That way we don't sit there and judge it based on the name brand, just the actual taste of the water.
Right.
And then maybe...
I'll say again, I am certain that I could identify my favorite and my least favorite.
What's your favorite?
My favorite is Ice Mountain.
Okay.
My least favorite is Dasani.
Dasani?
Yep.
Is it because it's made by Coke and there's got to be some kind of fucking... See, I'm assuming that it tastes like shit because, like, Coke has a weird way of dealing with, like, their drinks and flavors and shit like that. Like, not a big fan of Sprite, love 7-Up.
Right.
And to me, they're both lemon lime. It's like Sierra Mist. All three of them. It's what we did on the ranking challenge. I mean, like, it's just, there's just something weird about it.
Yep.
Cool. One more thing I want to do, and then we have to get into our Oscar predictions, as we, kind of running out of time here.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about this before today, but today is the day. Have you heard about that whole fucking National Rape Day bullshit?
Oh, only very vaguely.
Yeah. Well, today's the day, man.
That
today
is horrible. I couldn't remember what someone was talking about it, and I was like, "What?" And I Googled it, and I went, "I don't want to know about that." And I forgot about it. And then I spent the rest of the week being like, "Now, what was going to happen on April 24th?"
Yeah. Well, the very first time somebody ever said National Rape Day, I thought that it was like a government, like, recognized holiday to recognize people who have been sexually abused.
Right.
That's what I thought it was.
That would make sense in a world that was kind.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, well, that's pretty cool. Give recognition to people who have gone through sexual assault and everything to let them know, hey, their voices can be heard and all this other shit.
Right, right.
And then I went on to TikTok, which apparently this is where it all started. Where somebody said, like, if you come near my daughter on Rape Day, on National Rape Day, you're gonna be in a body bag or some fatherly thing. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I finally Googled it, and they were talking about, like, a group of 4 guys on TikTok deemed that April 24th is National Rape Day, where all sexual assault is legalized. Like, it's like some rapey purge. Jesus. And I was like, no fucking way is that a thing. I don't think people are actually going to do it, but there are nut jobs. Like, there's some dude at a high school in Utah.
Right.
Said that he's going to carry out some sexual assault. And there's other people who, they're probably, I pray to God, they're fucking just keyboard warriors who just go on to random TikTokers, like, message or comment boards and say, like, they're going to be a victim of Rape Day, which is fucked up to do, but praying it's just keyboard warriors just being pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Not actually carrying out
the problem too is, like, I mean, it's like with the, it all starts as a joke until it's not a joke anymore. Like the people who shot up, like, synagogues and shit.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I think today was supposed to be a fucking blessed day because today is the official day of the Josh fight. If you seen that on Facebook.
Yeah, I heard it was postponed because of COVID.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured they would want it to be during COVID because COVID took some of them out, maybe.
Right? You would think so. Well, that's what, and that was just, it was one of the Joshes I follow on Twitter was saying that, but who knows?
Gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, apparently.
I hope they do get together. Although I hope that by being down in Southern Illinois, I hope our cousin Josh stays out of it and ends up victorious because he was safe the whole weekend.
Is that where the coordinates are? Southern Illinois?
No, that's just where he is.
Oh. Who?
Our cousin Josh.
Josh who? Which one? Wait,
Josh,
where does he live?
He lives in Homewood. Or no, he lives in, I think, Manhattan or Monique.
Dude, that's north of me.
No, I know, but he's down with his dad, my dad, Houston Mike.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. That's a camping trip. That's right. Okay. Yeah, no, okay. Now I remember now. Yeah, Green Garden. Yeah. I hate to give away where he lives, but yeah, over there. But yeah, okay. Yeah, now you got me so confused. Yeah. Oh, which, by the way, happy belated birthday to Carl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Even though I said it on Wednesday, now I can officially say that I really did it here on the podcast.
Yep. I did it at the end of Geekcast Live this week.
Aw, was that
He
your?
doesn't listen, but it's fine.
Is that what you're geeking on?
No, I just threw it in at the end.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's run through these Oscars nominations. It's gonna be weird just for the fact that I don't know any of these fucking movies,
Yeah, same.
so I didn't watch a lot of movies during the pandemic. But I'm going to give it my best guess, so I can try to keep my my streak alive. So clearly, as we're getting towards the end of the show here, we're just going to kind of go through this fairly quickly. And I have this Excel sheet that I found this template online that gives the category and the nominees for each category.
Nice.
I'm just gonna highlight it 2 different colors. That way we have it. And then after tomorrow, I can go back, see the results, who won, and then determine who the true winner is, and see if I reclaim my title, or if you take it away from me.
Nice.
Cool. I'm going to start at the bottom. This just to be quick and ready to go. If there is one you have heard of, please feel free. I don't know if you have the list in front of you or not.
I do. I have I don't have the whole list. I made my ballot this morning on VanityFair.com. And so I've got it.
That's where I was looking for. Vanity Fair. Gotcha. Okay. So, let's go with, best documentary short.
Best documentary short. I went with Colette.
Okay. So you're going to.
I know nothing about it. The picture just looked Oscar baity.
Cool. I'm going to go with, The Consorto is a Conversation.
Ooh.
Just because it's a classy sounding name.
Yeah.
How about best sound?
Best sound, I went with News of the World.
News of the World? Okay. I'm going to go with Mank.
Nice.
Apparently, I think Mank is the one that got nominated the most.
Yeah, they got 10 nominations this year.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell it is. I think the only movie that I actually heard of was, Sound of Metal and Judas and the Black Messiah.
Nice. I haven't even heard of The Sound of Metal.
Yeah, I just saw there was a commercial about it. I think it was on Peacock.
Huh.
Makeup and hairstyle. I'm going to go with Hillbilly Elegy just because that sounds funny.
Makeup and hairstyling. I went with Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. Best costume design. What are you thinking?
Best costume. I gotta look for it. It doesn't have them in the same order that you've got them, so I'm just trying to. Mm-hmm. I also went with Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I
think mine's just ranked by importance. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna go with Mulan.
Ooh.
Best visual effects. I think I'm going to go with. The Midnight Sky.
Nice. I went with Mulan for that one.
Okay. How about best production design?
Production design. Where did it go? Oh, there we go. Mank.
Mank?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go with best production. I'm gonna go with Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Nice.
Best live action short film. I'm gonna go with Two Distant Strangers.
I also went with Two Distant Strangers.
Okay. That's going to be a third color as a joint color. That'll be this one. There we go. Okay. Best adapted screenplay. I'm gonna go. Nomadland.
I also went Nomadland.
Okay, cool. Best original score. I'm gonna go Mank.
I also went Mank.
Best original song. One night, Miami, Fina, Lucia, who's the guy? Hear my voice. I'm gonna go Hear My Voice, The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Nice. I went with Fight for You from Judas and the Black Messiah.
Ooh, nice. Best film editing. Who you got?
Film editing. I got Nomadland.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Sound of Metal. Take a look at me now. Best foreign film. I'm going to say. I'm going with The Man Who Sold His Skin.
I went with Collective.
Take a look at me now. Oh, that's stuck in my head. I'm going to monetize our podcast. Best animated feature. Who you got?
I believe I went Soul.
Soul. Okay. I'm gonna go Farmageddon. I'm gonna go with that just because that made me laugh. All right. Best documentaries feature. Best documentary feature. I'm gonna go with Octopus Teacher.
I also went with Octopus Teacher.
Perfect.
Because it was the only one I heard of this year.
2020. I didn't even think they put this many movies out.
Right? Well, and you'd think for a year when we were all home watching movies, we'd see any of them. But
yeah.
Oh well.
I gotta say though, I don't see anything about like Justice League Snyder cut, you know?
Right? Yeah.
Which, by the way, still never finished.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, an hour 45 in, and then I started using your HBO Max to watch Rick and Morty.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I felt guilty about it though because you gave it to me for one reason and I used it for another.
Nah, that's fine.
I feel like a bad person for that.
Nah.
Best animated short film. I'm gonna go with If Anything Happens, I Love You.
That's what I went with.
Nice. All right, I think we're in the top ones now. So, best cinematography. Who do you got?
Cinematography. Nomadland.
Nomadland. Okay. I'm gonna go with Judas and the cinematography. Which one is that now?
I think it's like how it's shot, how it's filmed.
Yeah, Judas and the Black Messiah. Best original screenplay.
That one I went with Judas and the Black Messiah.
Okay. Promising Young Women is my go-to there. All right, best supporting actor. I am going to pick Sacha Baron Cohen.
Nice. I went with Daniel Kaluuya. I hope I said his name right.
Best supporting actress. Wait, Sacha Baron Cohen. Who is that?
Borat.
Thank you. Gotcha. Let's see. Best supporting actress. I'm gonna go with Amanda Seyfried.
Nice. I went with Maria Bakalova. Speaking of Borat.
Very nice. Now, is Borat subsequential movie fight? Is that based on like the actual Borat character? Or is it just
yeah,
okay.
It's the sequel.
Oh, is that the name of the sequel?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I've never even seen the original. All right. All right. Best director. Who you got?
I went with Emerald Fennell.
Promising Young Women.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Mank, David Fincher.
Nice.
Best actor. I'm gonna go. Chadwick Boseman. I don't know.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figure it'll be like the, God, why can't I remember his name all of a sudden? The Joker.
Heath Ledger?
Heath Ledger, yeah, and I feel like they're going to give it to him because he died.
Right. God. It's to this day, I'm so shocked by that.
I know, right?
But good for him for keeping it personal, you know?
Yeah.
Best actress. How about, Frances McDermott?
That's what I went with.
Very cool. Last one, best picture. I'm going to take Mank.
I went Nomadland.
Nomadland. Cool. Perfect. All right, now we got that all situated. And I saved. Is this saved? I'm assuming it's saved. It better be saved. The world we live in. All right, Joe, what are you freaking thinking about?
I am freaking thinking about, man, what am I freaking thinking about? Probably Clubhouse.
What is Clubhouse?
It is a new app that's out. Unfortunately, it's not on Android yet, but it's like a new social media thing where it's all audio. It's audio only. And you can like set up a room and be a speaker, and then people will come and listen, and you can like set whatever topics you want. Some people are doing like religion. There's a lot of people doing like entrepreneurship stuff. Our Ryan's cousin TJ is doing like real estate stuff on there, and Ryan ended up being the GCR from GCL. He's the founding member, one of the founding members of the Comedy Podcast Club on there, and we've been having a really good time with it. It's been really a blast. I can't wait for it to come to Android so I can send you an invite.
So it's just an Apple thing now.
Yeah, as of right now, yeah, it's crazy exclusive when it first started. Where like even now you can only join it if you get an invite from somebody.
Really?
Yeah. But it's kind of cool. Kevin Goatee, from Comics Boxing Comics is part of the Comedy Podcast Club. So we've had some conversations. That's been fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it was weird. He popped up in the chat, and I was like, "Hey, that guy! I know that guy." So yeah, it's a good time. Can't really record anything, but it's been fun to interact with people, and like I said, I can't wait till it's on Android so I can send you an invite.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to check out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, what are you freaking thinking about?
Honestly, this week there hasn't been a whole lot. I've been kind of doing the same this past week. Watching like Supernatural and kind of catching up on that, and I'm finally getting to the end of I'm building a wooden garbage can for my kitchen because that's pretty much done for the most part, and I wanted a new garbage can. So I'm wrapping up that little build project. I wanted to do some yard work, but it's been raining every time I've been off, so it's like this has been my boring week, which I'm kind of okay with.
Nice.
But really, it's just trying to figure out the time to get together and do stuff like this with you, and
yeah.
just trying to figure out future episodes, like trying to get Sophie on here again and any other guests and stuff. So I've been kind of staying busy with stuff like that for the most part when I get a chance. It's just this work schedule really screws everything up.
Yeah, I hear that.
So yeah, nothing to actually pinpoint. Just a whole lot of small little things. And obviously, keto and stuff. I've been, I have that WordPress journal.
Yeah.
That I'm trying to debate on if I want to get back into doing that or maybe just releasing video journals on our YouTube page.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I'm trying to decide between those two, which one's easier. Do people want to sit and actually read something or just watch it?
Yeah.
Because we did it for a bit and we had a good time doing that. So I was like, well, maybe I'll get back into doing that and just, release like just like journal entries and shit like once a week and give like a visual audio kind of like, update.
Yeah.
So I think I might do that, and hopefully I'll be doing that soon. So
Nice.
yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. So hey Joe, why don't you tell our listeners where they could find you outside of this freaking show, so they can get more of you.
Yeah, if you need more Cartoon Joe in your life, you can find me over at the Geekcast Live podcast at violentpress.com. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, and Twitter by searching Geekcast Live. And if you have an iPhone and you would like an invite to the Comedy Podcast Club on Clubhouse, reach out to me. I'll hook you up.
There you go.
So we do that. We have a 1 hour pre-show every week on Wednesdays from 8 o'clock Central till 9 o'clock Central. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Guys, as a reminder, this freaking show is part of Freakin Studios, along with Just Freakin Wrestling and Doug Gray Area. You can find our podcast at freakinstudios.com. That'll give you the link to all of the streams that the podcasts are currently on. You can find us when we do drop our shows. You can find it on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, Stitcher, Player FM, or just go to your Alexa .home thingy and just say, Alexa, play this freaking show. And it'll play the most recent episode. And of course, follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, just by searching This Freaking Show. Shit, that's all I got. So, as always, I am Travesty.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And thank you for listening to another episode of This Freaking Show. I'm out.